In 2006, Australia was losing in the 84th minutes. Then the match went crazy. Tom Carhill scored, and then he scored again. Then John Aloisi added a third. Australia did not just win. It put off the only comeback in World Cup history where a team scored 3 goals after the 84th minute to turn defeat into victory. So here's the question for 2026. Can this new-look Australia turn that old underdog spirit into a real knockout stage run?
Wait, this feels like a scripted movie.
Yes, and that tells you something about Australia. This team loves surviving long enough to make the game difficult for you. Australia has been to the World Cup 6 times before 2026, and since 2006 they have qualified for every single one. That is a remarkable run for a country that once had to fight through Oceania and then made the hard move into Asia to face tougher, more meaningful games. Their best runs came in 2006 and 2022, both ending in the round of 16. But emotionally, the match that still defines the soccer rules is that first one back in 2006, because Australia did not just win that day, it announced itself.
That's such a dramatic, impossible-sounding story.
Exactly. Australia's World Cup story has always been bigger than the shirt. It is about belonging. Now let's look at the Zen A-factor analysis of this Australia team. Australia's attack is changing. It used to lean hard on classic target man. Now it still has muscle, but with more speed and more transition threat. Kuzini Yangi is the main number 9. Strong, direct, powerful. Mohamed Toure is the shooting star. Raw, explosive, dangerous. Danny Juric made his debut for the Team Australia in March 2026 and played really well. So no, this is not a one-note front line anymore.
So they've got muscle, timing, and pace, and 3 very different ways to hurt you.
Exactly. That is what raises the ceiling. Defense is still the identity. Tony Popovich has built Australia into a side that can shift between 3-4-3 and 5-4-1. And the whole thing depends on discipline in the middle. Alessandro Ceccati is the Rolls-Royce, young, calm, comfortable on the ball. Kai Rose is the glue, smart, balanced, and reliable. Jordan Bowles gives the left side energy and running power. So this defense is not just there to block shots, it helps define how Australia plays.
So this defense isn't flashy, but it sounds really functional.
Exactly. This is not survival football. It is controlled resistance. In goal, Australia has a very clear ladder. Marty Ryan is still the number 1. He brings leadership, clean distribution, and big tournament experience. Behind him, Joe Gauci is the next-gen option, and Paul Izzo gives them solid depth. Australia still carries that old Redmayne penalty shoot legacy from 2022. There is now a real feeling that if it goes to penalties, Australia does not panic.
So if this team gets dragged into penalties, that might actually suit them.
Exactly. That ability to save penalties can become real tournament weapons. In a team built on grit, the artists matter even more. Aidan O'Neill plays in America now, so he's familiar with the environment. Riley McGree gives them movement, clever pockets, and then there's a wild card, Nestori Ranconda. He brings speed, long-range shooting, fearless dribbling, and pure disorder. He's the player who can set fire to a careful match.
Does it look like I could care? I couldn't even care less.
What? Australia's glue is simple. Buy in. The whole squad has embraced Popovich's system. The roles are clearer, the shape is sharper, and underneath all of that is one very Australian football trait. They will always do 100% for the shirt. That means even when Australia is not the better team, it rarely lets the match feel comfortable.
So even when they're not the better team, they usually make sure the match never feels comfortable.
Exactly. To help you to get the full World Cup experience, World Cup 6-7 team has built a suite of tools for you, including the Zen 8-factor analysis guide for all 48 teams, progress tracker spreadsheet, recipe book for the signature dishes for all 48 countries, match previews, and a lot more. I will put the link to the Ultimate World Cup 2026 guide bundle in the description below.
Honestly, that's kind of perfect if you want to actually understand the World Cup without feeling lost.
This is one of Australia's biggest hidden edges. There are huge winners from the West Coast cluster: Vancouver, Seattle, San Francisco. That means only about 1,530 kilometers of total group stage travel, 0 time zone changes, and a stable base in Auckland. If they finish first, they stay at Levy Stadium for the round of 32, same place, same rhythm, same body clock. If they finish second, they get thrown to Dallas, almost 2,400 extra kilometers, and a very different climate.
So topping the group doesn't just sound better, it actually makes the whole tournament physically easier.
Exactly. This is not a small detail. This could define their ceiling. Australia's air game is a real weapon. Mitchell Duke, even without the giant size, is one of the bravest and smartest aerial attackers in international football. So yes, for Australia, a corner is not a maybe. It is part of the plan.
So for this team, a corner is almost like a real attacking phase of its own.
Exactly. For underdogs, that is where dreams often begin. And now the X Factor. For Australia, it is Nestori Irankunda. He is the phenomenon. He brings something Australia has not really had for a while. A player defenders are afraid of in the final 20 minutes. Pace, power, long-range shooting, pure chaos. The second he comes on, defenders drop deeper, the shape stretches, and belief rises.
Did you save a fox in the snowy mountain last winter?
What? Here's my verdict. And honestly, Australia is one of the most dangerous underdogs in World Cup 2026. Not because it will dominate the ball, not because it has the most stars, but because it is tactically mature, physically fresh, emotionally resilient, and built to make favorites deeply uncomfortable.
So are they still the plucky underdogs, or are they quietly becoming a knockout stage specialist?
That is exactly the question. Tell me in a comment, how far do you think the Australia team can really go? And if you want the full 48 team journey plus the tools behind it, please subscribe and check out the World Cup 6-7 bundle below. Please also check out the music video for the Australia remix of the channel theme song. Thank you. I thought it's the World Cup 2026. Why are we called World Cup 6-7?
6-7.